What's going on, everybody? Pardon the shorts and everything else, but as you can tell, I think it's day 4, or should I just say, welcome to part 2 of our fence building. Now, with this fence, I want this fence to do a few things for me. I want this fence to be a privacy fence where if you're on the outside looking in, you can't tell what I have within my yard or what's going on, or at least a 70% of my perimeter of my dwelling, right? And the second thing I want this fence to do is create a layer of security. This is what I like to call passing the threshold, the third layer. So if you pass this, that means that you have bad intention, or you're someone who is losing their mind, right? So privacy and security, right? Those are 2 key things. Now, the third thing that I can share, I don't know what that was. Something was crawling on me. If something is crawling on you here in Florida, something is crawling on you. If you feel like it, something is crawling on you. That's the rules. If you ever visit Florida or you in Florida. But the third thing I want this fence to do is to serve as something that is elegant and beautiful and very modern looking. Because my wife, in all of this, my wife wants things to look good. And building this fence, I'm learning a few things, and this is where this video is going to be very informative to you guys. While I'm building this, my wife wanted to do something different, so I started the top portion of this fence. Of course, it's 6 feet tall, and there were some issues that I noticed. This is my line, my top line, so my fence could be even. There's different type of fence people do, not do, but build. But in this particular fence, my wife wanted to roll with the terrain of the property. So if it goes up, the fence must goes up with it. But she changed her mind and she wanted to be even, flat. So no stagger and no step, that's the term they use, step fencing, where one side is lower than the other. So in this case, what we're going to go with is a flat fence. So the line has to be even on top. So because just the first line of sight, the first thing that you see when you approach or you're looking at the fence from afar. So the bottom, there might be some gap, but what I plan to do so it can be pleasing to the eyes is to level it out. I'm gonna give you guys a close-up so you can see what I'm talking about. And also, I have to finish this one side today, so that way I can finish the other side, which is a longer portion of the fence line. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. This is what I'm dreading. This whole thing, it's gonna be, it's gonna be challenging. But I have to finish this from this panel right here into this, and what I'm going to do is rearrange the top portion of it. This one right here is uneven, so I have to start my board on top, line it up with my line that I have, because we scrapping the first idea. We're just going to keep it basic and keep it plain, because the thickness of the top portion that we were going to replace was going to do a 1 inch by 2 inch panels on top, between 3 and 4, and then go down to these regular board. But change of plan. That's why I'm telling you guys, no matter what you plan for changes. So again, just like here on this is what this channel is about. Going through experiences, right? Shifting through experiences to gain wisdom. That's It don't get any better. I think this is gonna be our tag for this channel. Shifting through experience to gain wisdom. And that's why we have Wiser Shift. I'm gonna do a time lapse of me rearranging these boards, pivot these boards to, shifting these boards up to the fence line that I have going already to make it match, and then the bottom, I may have to dig a trench maybe, or maybe cut the board, I'm not sure. This is perfect in level. Now I gotta match this to the rest. And my little rig, it worked. It worked. Now, first 3 board, I didn't match that. I went 1/4 inch, and this is a 3/4 of an inch. So it works. It's not perfect, but the goal is to get close to it as possible, because I gotta match this first panel with the rest, and of course it's lined up correctly on the top. So now, and what I'll do is come in the gap, give it like some depth, and add, and just close up the 3/4 of an inch gap. I'm gonna put a thin layer of a piece of board, maybe probably a 2.5 inch. Nah, probably an inch. Yeah, 2 inch. Between the 2 inch or 3 inch of covering. You'll see how I look at the end. Just gonna do it and then show you guys at the end, because right now I definitely need to get this done by 4 o'clock. Right now it's 1, so I have 3 hours to get this done. See you guys.
1 hour later.
All right, guys, I made a mistake. Again, it's a learning experience. Earlier, I told you guys I was going to dig a trench here and place the boards. 2 things that came to mind. I said I was going to dig a trench and place the board down there, and it'll be covered with dirt. And I thought about it, and I said it, and I didn't realize that I said it. The main problem, which is water deposit within the soil and also on top of the board, is going to rot the board. And I said I was going to replace it. I don't got that kind of money to be replacing it every time the thing dry rot or it rot because of moisture. So what I have decided to do, I'm going to X out that option. My other 2 remainder option is to stagger or lift the base where there's a gap. Like you can see, there's a gap. So I'm gonna run with that. I'm gonna use this board right here as my last board, even though I can fit more underneath as the lengths go, because the terrain, it varies. As long as my top portion is level and it's accurate and I have the right amount of spacing, I'm happy with that, because from afar, even from where you guys are looking at it, it's perfect. It's level, it's flat, it's clean. So my 2 solution I'm thinking about for the bottom, because I have at least like a 6 inches to 7 inches of space or gap from that end and to also where you guys currently at right now from that angle. So I'd rather backfill it with dirt and level it out, so when water come down, it's rolled off and the water find a way to drain away from the fence. Or I could put a small level of dirt underneath, but on top of the dirt that I'm backfilling, I could put gravel to really drain and make aesthetically it'll look good. So ideally, that's what I'm gonna go with, but we'll see at the end. I'm not sure, but those are my solution. And I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of that angle so you can see what I did with the spacing. I scratched out the original idea, but over here I have another problem that I ran into. Measuring from one end to another, I am 2 inches off. It's supposed to be, because my boards that I'm running, these are 8 feet now. Because there's a tree and the root is really in the way, and I couldn't really get this particular last end 4x4 in the line of sight of the main post and the other end, so I had to relocate that last one in the corner post to match this side of the fence and also this side of the fence. So originally I had a perfect 90, but now that changed because the hole that I had to dig. So the solution I had came up with, I'm gonna backfill that 4-inch gap, because if I had moved the 4x4, this one right here, what I'm going to do is just pretty much backfill it. Let me show you what I'm going to do. So this one right here, all right, so the other 4 inches I'm gonna rig it this way to make up for that, almost that 4-inch gap. And this is the plan. I am going to use this board right here. I'm gonna place it against the face, give you guys a better angle. To make up the space, I'm gonna have to rig it. It sucks, but it's something that I got to do. All right, had to get my drill. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use this board to level it out this way, and on the face, on the other side, it will create the base that I need to attach my board that's running this way against it this way. So ideally, but to attach it to 4x4, my plan is to use a pressure treated 2x4 like this, and I'm going to screw, nope, going this way, so I have a little bit more leverage. So I'm gonna use this 2x4 going against the 4x4, and then this will be screw, of course, to the 4x4. So creating an anchor point to merge these two together. Let's see how it works out. I think it's a good idea. Well, let's see. We did it. I created the extra inches of space that I needed, and now we have a complete fence on this side. And as you can see, that gap at the bottom, that's what I was talking about. So I rearranged the fence base bottom board, and we got that. And now I gotta finish this. And of course, I gotta cut that end piece right there to level it to the rest of these posts. This post right here, and the rest of the posts, or posts, should I say. All right, we did it. Now what I am going to do is use these 2x3x6. What I am going to do to support the middle, of course, the longer travel of a board, the chance of it sagging because over time of rain and weather is going to beat these 1-inch board. What we don't want to do is leave it as it is. Right now it look good, but over time the weather going to beat it up, the wind going to beat it up, and the rain is going to beat it up. Of course, gravity going to do its job and make it sag. So to prevent that, we are going to go every 4 feet. We're going to put a 2x3x6, which is the height, board to support it. And I was thinking the best way to do this so it doesn't look crazy on the outside was to use brad nail and liquid nail. I was thinking about it and I'm like, I don't think that's the best option. So I'm trying to think what would be the best way to finish this off. But this is what we're going to do, and how I finish it, I don't know, because I think it's going to vary. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place it and make a decision and move on. Do not want to dwell on it for too long. Every 4 feet is 4 feet right here. So this one is going to go right here. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you for watching. If you like this video so far, so good, and you're enjoying this process, please like the video, hype the video so the algorithm can pick it up. Share the video, because you might know somebody that's gonna pay $5, $6, $7, maybe $10,000 for a fence. And this process, just watching me doing this, could help them a couple of $1,000s, trust me. So far I am in roughly estimate based on what I have spent so far, just to get, say, 2/4 of the perimeter done with the posts and of course the concrete, and of course getting the board, depending how much, if you're going vertical or horizontal, it's going to depend on how much material you're going to use to cover your diameter of the where the post is, so the gaps. They're going to dictate how much you spend. So far, I'm already $650 in total, and of course, getting the rest of this. So if I have to estimate, I'm probably going to spend maybe close to $1,500 or $2,000 even max, and you can't beat that. A little bit of a labor of love, trial and error, can't beat it. And I'm gonna leave you guys here. Please subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. I have to finish this, and I'll just insert the finishing footage of the fence at the end. And hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me. And we're gonna go to the next project because we have to learn to be self-sufficient. Self-sufficiency is gonna be key because we live and shift through our experience so we can become wiser. See you guys in the next video. Maybe part 3 is coming or just an update. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.